So it's not all rosy.
No! Charlie Munger died! No!
Micron is used to
Munger
the
died!
of the supply demand
Munger died today?
But, it does show you that
No!
as much as the company has tried to over the years get away from the commodity track, and try to value add and get into the next year, it's just tough. And obviously they have to move fast to develop even when the
Charlie Munger died?
So markets are going to go out green, and another reminder about
Howdy, folks. I hope everybody's doing good out there. As always, we got some interesting earnings coming after the bell here today, folks. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, including some Fed comments, some stocks making some big moves. I mean, it's we got a lot to go through in this one. So hello, chat. Hello. Considering how strong the shopping numbers are, and also considering, I believe, PayPal might be my best stock here today, folks. Let's take a look. No, it's getting beat out right now by Tesla Maisla. Ooh, this is a race. Ooh, this is going to be a close one, folks. 45 minutes till the close. Who's going to win, Tesla or PayPal, to be my best stock here today? And you never know. Palantir could come out of nowhere and have a big comeback. You never know. They're in third place right now. Yeah, so either somebody knows something in regards to Foot Locker, or it could be a situation where, they're just expecting some positive momentum on the conference call. Mary Dillon, obviously is well in control of that guy now at this point in time. So, I don't know. By the way, after the bell, we got some actually important stocks reporting. CrowdStrike's reporting, Workday's reporting, Intuit's reporting, and Splunk's reporting. All of those companies are relatively big market caps. Let's take a peek here. A lot of people would consider these like mid-sized tech companies. So CrowdStrike's a $50 billion market cap. So that's a big dog. And then we have, who else is reporting? Workday is a pretty dang big market cap as well. Let's see, $61 billion market cap for Workday. Then we have Intuit. Intuit should be probably a couple $100 billion, I think, for Intuit. Haven't owned the stock in a while, but it should be a couple $100 billion market cap, I believe. $158 billion market cap for Intuit. So that's the biggest dog reporting after the bell. And then the other one was Splunk that's reporting. That's a decent sized market cap from what I remember. Splunk's a $25 billion market cap. So Intuit's big dog reporting after the bell. And Intuit obviously huge in the small business segment, obviously big in the mid segment as well, but small businesses are their main segment. So it'll be interesting to hear what they have to say about the state of their customer base, which is small business. So somebody says, are you starting a position in Texas Roadhouse? I already had a position in Texas Roadhouse. I've been building that for a little bit. It's not a big position for me, but I own Texas Roadhouse. Let's see. I own it in the Patreon portfolio. I don't think I own it in a public count, although I should. But I do own it in another one of my portfolios, though. So I do own Texas Roadhouse. I like Texas Roadhouse. Phenomenal run company. Anyways, Nike seen quite a bit of discounting, it seems like to me. From what I've seen from Nike, I saw some pretty big discounts yesterday on Nordstrom for Nike. So some pretty big discounts on a lot of different things on Foot Locker. So I actually bought some Nike things on Foot Locker yesterday, and I almost bought something Nike related on Nordstrom yesterday. I ended up deciding not to. But it looks like Nike's trying to move inventory. That's what it looks like to me. So, they should be able to get it done likely over this holiday season, put themselves in a pretty good inventory position for 2024. But that's what it looks like to me as far as all that goes, okay? So, yes, and yes. Looks like, dang, Tesla's beating out PayPal right now. We'll see who's the best stock of the bunch. After the bell, if anybody's just joining us, we have CrowdStrike, Workday, Intuit, Splunk, all important big dog companies reporting after the bell. Splunk's like a $25 billion market cap. Intuit's a $150+ billion market cap. Workday and CrowdStrike are, if I recall, they were kind of in the $50-ish billion market cap. So 4 big dogs reporting after the bell here today. 4 of them. So this is going to be a very interesting after hours. And then tomorrow, is even bigger because tomorrow you got Snowflake and Salesforce, two very big names in the stock market, both reporting after the bell tomorrow. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be a fun one. And then surprisingly Thursday, I'm looking really forward to that. Alta is reporting. So that should be very, very interesting. Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
21 with a couple of colleagues. And really the intent there was to democratize corporate philanthropy by building the first of its kind donor-advised fund platform that allows companies to roll out these personal giving accounts to employees and then automate donation matching programs through them. You know, about 70% of Fortune 500 companies offer to match employee donations. We saw an opportunity to expand.
Oh yeah, it's about to be December, folks. If you're looking to give to charity, December is that month. December is that month. December is that month.
As well as a number of other companies. Kind of like can you...
Make sure you look into who you're giving money to when it comes to charity. They actually have a whole grading system out there you can Google and see, like who's actually using the money likely for good things versus how much is the money being just spent on the employees and the executives of that charity of whatever kind it is. So it's always pays to do some research and to see if I give $100 to this, $1,000, whatever the amount is, how much of that money is actually going to go to the people or the things that need help. And so you can do your research in regards to that. Don't just give money to give money whenever you're doing that charity stuff. What is this? Here it is. Fed's Waller expresses confidence that policy is in the right place to bring down inflation. Fed Governor Christopher Waller said, Fed Governor, not President, Fed Governor, said Tuesday that he is increasingly confident that policy is currently well positioned to slow the economy and get inflation back to 2%. Good job, Waller. You have a brain, sir. Waller added that he could see a point where the Fed might start lowering rates if inflation continues to ease over the next 3 to 5 months. So basically what he's saying is he needs to see inflation in the 2s in the first quarter. It's basically kind of what I'm reading through this. He's basically saying we need inflation in the 2s in the first quarter. And if we get inflation in the 2s in the first quarter, in the second quarter, we can start talking about cutting rates. That's basically what I read through that. Governor Michelle Bowman offered a contrasting view in which she reiterated her belief that it takes more rate hikes likely will be needed as evolving dynamics keep inflation elevated. Interesting. Yeah. And a lot of times what it comes down to with the Fed is also who has weight. Who controls influence also. Which individuals inside the Fed have more influence over their colleagues. It's no different than anything in life, whether it's a team, a sport, a company. There's always certain individuals that truly have more influence over how everybody else thinks. And so the question is, who has more weight with kind of how the Fed thinks, right? So anyways, interesting. So yes, what's my opinion of Pure Storage? No opinion, other than Americans have too much damn crap. And so because Americans have too much damn crap they can't throw away, Pure Storage and all these other companies make bank off that. And so good for them, but not a company that interests me. It's a very commoditized industry. It's a business model though. It's a successful business model because everybody has too much crap. I mean, half these people can't even freaking park their cars in their garage. Some of you guys, this might be you. Some people can't even park their cars in their garage. They have to leave them in the driveway because their garage is filled with a bunch of crap. Is that you watching this right now? Anybody out there? Somebody says, what do you think about JP Morgan versus like a PayPal or SoFi? Those are such different companies. Like, holy smokes. Like, they're not even, JP Morgan's not even remotely similar company to a PayPal. Like, they're so much different. It's night and day difference in how those companies make money, what they're up to, what they're doing, what their ambitions are, things like that. Damn, look at HIMS on a 1 month. That's wild. 44%. That's a holy smokers. This ain't no jokers. Wow. 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 Might be better than Shopify in the past month. No, not quite. Shopify's at 56% in the past month. But dang, that's quite a move, man. Our preliminary PayPal numbers from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday show the impact we have with our customers. Processed approximately 400 million transactions, put $8 million back in customers' hands with cash back plus savings. Cyber Monday was the largest shopping day of the year, approximately $5.8 billion in total payment volume, 87 million transactions. Cyber 5 are the most important shopping days of the year for our customers, and our team worked tirelessly to equip small businesses with tools, blah, blah, blah. I know the team is feeling equally as proud as I am in the pivotal role that PayPal plays in the world and impact on our customers' lives. Nice. Nice. Somebody says, to put into context for PayPal investors, PayPal did 6 billion payment transactions in the entire Q4 last year. While this weekend is usually strong, 15% of the transactions amounted from Q4 2022 in one weekend is fire. This is not the CEO talking, this is just somebody commenting now at this point in time. Also, this highlights improved shareholder transparency, a core promise. PayPal did not routinely post these type of numbers in the past. So it does sound like a really big number. Obviously, it is the biggest weekend, though. It's Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So the shopping activity is pretty frenzy, but that does seem pretty dang big. So you'll throw up this tweet. This is from somebody underneath the post. Said this here. They said, to put into context for PayPal investors, PayPal did 6 billion payment transactions in the entire Q4 last year. While this weekend is usually strong, 15% of the transaction amount from Q4 2022 is in one weekend. So, is that math right? I don't think that math's right. They did 400 million transactions. 400 million out of 6 billion last year. That's not 15%. That's not 15%. Their math is wrong. It's like 6, almost 7%. Yeah, 6 to 7%. Yeah. So they did their math wrong, whoever did that tweet there. Now, it's still impressive, nonetheless, the fact that they did, let's just call it 7% of the entire last quarter, and they did that in basically a 5-day span, right? Or a 4-day span. 4-day span. What do you call it, 5 days? Maybe they're including Thanksgiving in there. So let's call it 5 days. So yeah, they went from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday. So let's say, so that's what, 80 million, 85 million transactions a day over 5 days or something like that, right? Let's see. So let's do by what was the number for? Yeah, it'd be like 80 million transactions a day, right? Yeah, 80 million transactions a day. So, let's say 80 million transactions by 90 days in the quarter. So that would be 7.2 billion transactions, right? But obviously, we're not going to always have as many transactions that went through on Black Friday. So, But then again, I also wonder, is this person accurate? I'm going to have to look back at how many transactions they did last quarter. At the same time, because I also wonder, like, if this person's 6 billion transaction number is correct or not, considering their 15% was way off in regards to that. So, I missed the bell. Are you freaking kidding me? Not again.
From the Fed's Christopher Waller signaling possible rate cuts next year if inflation continues to fall.
That stock, I mentioned at the very outset of the show today. So it's not all rosy.
No! Charlie Munger died! No!
Micron is used to
Munger died!
Of the supply demand
Munger died today?
But, it does show you that
no!
As much as the company has tried to, over the years, get away from the commodity track, and try to value add and get into the next year, it's just tough. And obviously they have to move fast and develop even when
Charlie Munger died?
So markets are going to go out green, and another reminder about that AWS
No!
coming up in overtime. I'll send it there right now. The bell rings. John Ford, take it away.
Dang. Wow.
That's a scorecard on Wall Street. Got some little moves in the major indices. We've got big moves.
He just did an interview.
Welcome to Closing Bell Overtime. I'm John Ford.
Wow.
Morgan is off. It's a big day for those with their heads in the cloud. In just a moment, we're going to talk to the CEO of Amazon Web Services, Adam Selipsky, in a first on CNBC interview.
It's crazy. I can't believe he died. And obviously, he's way up there in age. I think he was like 100 years old or something. But he just did an interview. It was like, I think he did an interview with Becky Quick 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago he did an interview with Becky Quick. And so the fact that he's just gone like that, I'm a little surprised. I was not expecting that. Damn. Yeah, I've always been regretting the day I hear Warren Buffett dies. As I've been, I thought about that day several times in my life. I thought about that day when that day comes, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to see that. But obviously Charlie Munger was Buffett's dude for the last 60-something years. So.
As a lawyer before moving into investing. Munger had 8 children and countless fans.
Dang, 8
Charlie
children?
Munger was, again,
Whoa,
99
I didn't know that.
years old. Charlie Babinskoy, Warren Buffett himself, he's a brand name in investing. Charlie Munger clearly was his right-hand man. Your thoughts?
What I should say is what Charlie always said, which is I have nothing to add, but I will go on more than that and say that he was a really important voice in value investing and in all investing. He was a voice against fads. He was a voice against fraud. He was a voice against irrational activity. He was a voice of reason. He was right there with Warren Buffett throughout all of the great Berkshire Hathaway years, a true master of investing. And by the way, his book, Charlie Munger's Almanac, sits right behind my desk, and I would highly recommend a very good book on investing.
Thank you for that. And CNBC's Becky Quick is going to join us with more on Charlie Munger in just a moment. Right now,
Looking
let's get to Steve
forward to hearing
Kovac
about
with some
what
earnings
Becky
news.
has to
Steve?
say.
Yeah, let's go over to HP Enterprise here with a beat on earnings, John. We got 52 cents a share adjusted versus 50 cents estimated. And then basically in line for the revenue, $7.35 billion versus $7.36 billion expected. Non-GAAP gross margin was a miss, though, 34.8%. Compute revenues also a little light here, but some strong beats here out of the AI unit, which was $1.2 billion. Street was looking for $951 million. We see shares down slightly here, John, in reaction to these numbers. I'll send it back over to you.
Thank you. Just about flat. Here's one that's moving. Workday earnings are out. Julia Borston has those numbers. Julia.
John, Workday beating on the top and bottom lines with adjusted earnings per share of $1.53 versus expectations of $1.41. Revenues of $1.87 billion, a hair ahead of the $1.85 billion that was estimated. You see shares are up about 3%. I just want to point out here that the company attributing the momentum to the AI innovation at the company, noting that the strategy to build AI directly into the core of the products continues to resonate with the customers and is fueled by our platform strategy, data set, and emphasis on being what they call human-centric. So a lot of talk here about the AI capabilities driving that better than expected performance in the quarter. John?
All right. Yeah, Julia, thanks. Now let's go back to Steve Kovac again for Intuit earnings. Steve?
Yep, and that one is a beat on the top and bottom lines. With, let's go over earnings here, $2.47 a share adjusted versus the $1.98 a share Street was looking for. And revenues, slight beat here, $2.98 billion versus the $2.88 billion expected. Let's see what we got here. Also, Q2 revenue guidance up 11 to 12%. Street was looking for 11.9%, so that's mostly in line there. And then for Q2 EPS, looking at 2.25 to $2.31. Street was looking for 2.56. Shares up about 0.5%.
All right, Steve, thanks. Adam Crisafulli, your sense, I mean, these earnings, not huge surprises one way or the other, but Intuit in
really
particular
good numbers out of
can be
Intuit.
a bit of a read on small business spending on technology.
I mean, Intuit's just incredible. I mean, 11 of the past 15 years, the stock's gone up more than 20% in a year. Only one out of the last 15 years, the stock's gone down. I mean, it's an absolutely incredible company, incredibly well run. So good for them. All right. Yeah, that Charlie Munger stuff, man, that took a little bit of a damper out of things. But anyways, appreciate everybody joining me. I'm going to save some energy. One, I got to do a main channel video tonight. Two, tomorrow's going to be a long live stream. So tomorrow's going to be like a 3-hour live stream, guys, just so you're aware. I'll start it at my normal time of around noon time Pacific time. But the reason it's going to run long is not only are we going to react to Snowflake and Salesforce numbers and look at all those numbers in depth, but we're also going to listen to the Snowflake conference call live on here. It's a very important stock. Some put it in the category with kind of a Palantir. So I want to hear what Snowflake has to say. What Snowflake has to say has ramifications for AWS, Amazon Web Services, has ramifications for Palantir, because a lot of people, all those are different business models. A lot of people put them in the same category. So I want to listen to Snowflake call live on here tomorrow, folks. But anyways, guys, appreciate you joining me. Much love as always. Thanks for being here, folks.